I think Pet Sematary is a cautionary tale about not questioning things, blinding trusting people, sharing secrets with random people, and how relentlessly stupid men are.
And I think Pet Sematary is just propaganda for HOAs.
Get your bingo cards ready and
Let's get
let's get it.
scared.
Hello, and welcome to the Nine Lives Horror Club, where we recap and analyze horror movies to break down the real life horrors we're all too scared to talk about. I'm Cheyenne. I bring the analysis and antagonize Ben.
And I'm Ben. I bring overly passionate hot takes. And today we are talking about Pet Sematary.
Ooh.
Hi, club. Cheyenne popping in from the editing room here. This episode ended up being pretty long because I had things to say at the end and I got on a little bit of a tangent. So this is going to be part one, and we will go the spooky rants through the recap, and then part two will be the recap through the usual ending. So enjoy, and we'll see you back for part two. Bye.
But first, we got some spooky rants to handle, so if you want to skip ahead to the recap, there will be timestamps in the show notes below. And Ben, I don't know if you can hear, but Killian is already participating. Which, I mean, it's a good movie for him to participate in this
I
week.
disagree. It's a sad one for him to participate.
Well, yeah. Ben,
Yes.
what's happened to you this past week?
This week has been fairly tame. We are winding down to the end of the school year. We only had 3 days of school this past week. I've mentally checked out. I
Yeah.
do fear I spent most of my last class period. I told the kids to do a project, and then I was doing other things behind my computer. Most notably looking for apartments because we're still doing all that.
It's got to be done.
It's got to be done. Most heartbreaking. This is so sad, Cheyenne. Yesterday, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. We toured some places, and there was one. It was a townhouse. It was 2 bedroom, 3 floors. There was a basement like level with
Oh,
but like not like a basement, like one of those like nice basements that lead out to
okay.
the backyard. There's a backyard. There's a shed. It was so nice. I was like, this looks so great. Oh my God, wait, I
Mhm,
love this.
mhm.
And then like
Oh
after
no.
checking out, our realtor's like, oh, there's already an application out for it. And oh, they're selling us it's not worth it for even put an application in, which is
Oh, that's
heartbreaking.
brutal.
Heartbreaking. It's a cute little
Yeah.
3-story townhouse.
Oh, but like now your realtor knows you're interested in
Of
that.
course, yes. We're remaining optimistic. We're gonna stay optimistic.
Yes. Yes. We're coming up on May, famously a moving month.
We
Wait,
already in May. We're in May. We're actually tomorrow, Cheyenne, is the start
coming
of
into
June.
June.
So
Hey, I'm missing some time, I think. This is not good.
I will say one of the weirdest parts about
Um,
touring places, because this is the first time I think I've actually had a tour or real places and not gone to like a setup apartment in an apartment complex.
our apartment, we went to our real
We did do
apartment.
that, but that was a moved out one. We've been checking out places that are still like currently being lived in, and it's
Ooh,
so weird.
that's so weird.
And I was like, I feel uncomfortable going around.
It's so weird that that's a thing that they
It's
do.
so weird. On the really nice one, like you could tell like some frat boy had lived there or was still living there, I guess. Because there was like clearly they had those LED lights put up everywhere. There was clothes literally everywhere. And I can't
That's
talk
so
shit. I
funny.
make piles of clothes too. But I don't know if I know my apartment's being shown, I'm gonna clean up a little bit. There was
Just
clothes,
like a
there's
hair.
clothes like hanging on the like staircase as though they were being dried. And so it's just a
Okay.
little bit the TV was on. And I'm like, I feel uncomfortable walking around. I'm just expecting a
Yeah, that would
person to
freak
be
me
here.
out.
Their pet was there. They had a bearded dragon.
Uh, okay.
I was like,
Not what I would expect for a frat boy.
okay. Like this is weird.
You are fully here.
Hmm.
Spooky rant. I don't really have nothing crazy happened this week. It was pretty quiet. It was my husband's birthday on Thursday.
Happy birthday.
So that was
Big
fun.
5-0.
Not quite. Oh my god, killing it. He was trying to eat my knockoff brand Cheetos from the place I work at. I guess a spooky rant I have is that isn't it so interesting that as people we don't want to work, but as a society we need money? Because I keep running into this thing that we all run into famously where I'm like, oh, I don't have enough money, but the second the option to go home early comes up, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. And then I will turn around and come back the next day and say, I need money.
You know, when my second job calls and they're like, hey, we need coverage for this day, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, even though I definitely have the time and I want the money.
Right. So a big one is the place I work. Sunday is time and a half. But here's the thing.
Oh, I'm taking your job. I'm coming.
No, I promise you you're not, because they will, for my department, they will have the manager and one other employee on a Sunday. And we don't get very many because there's 3 of us, soon to be 4 of us. So it's one a month.
Oh.
Maybe. Well, that's a topic for another day. But however, what happens is that perpetually, damn near every Sunday, something happens, and it ends up being like, hey, Cheyenne or other part-timer, can one of you come in on Sunday? And we're like, we planned our whole week around not coming in on Sunday. So now I can't come in, even though I want the money of time and a half. If you want me here, you have to schedule me.
I can be misprepared.
And it's
you gotta have that
annoying.
mentally prepared mindset. I also just the weekends are always so hard for me to want to work.
Well, also,
I'm really hoping that
famously, we record on Sundays.
I'm hoping my viewpoint changes in the summer and I have more time to work. And I'm like, yes, I'll take so many hours. But I don't see that changing, honestly. I know.
It's also nice to not work. But everybody knows at work that I have a podcast and that every week I have a recording day. And they also know that you have a normal job. So recording days are probably going to be on the weekend. And if I'm off on a Sunday, you could bet your sweet time and a half that I'm booked and busy.
You scheduled.
So I had a little moment this week where I snapped a little bit and I was like, I want to be here on Sundays. But if I'm not scheduled on Sundays, I have plans. If you want me here, you have to schedule me. So we'll see. Probably won't change anything.
No.
But whatever. So Ben, do you have Bevy on the pod
You know
today?
I'm Bevy on a pod.
My dear boy.
Of course, I'm going for a Lani cherry slush today.
I had a lime slush this morning.
I told you before we recorded, but I just did some baking in the sun, where you just lay out in the sun and have a good time. And that drains you, so I need a little energy drink. I always need an energy drink.
Right.
And of course, I got myself some Smash.
Ooh.
Margarita.
I have I have my classic Waterloo. And then I have a homemade Orange Crush in here that my dear sweet husband sliced up so many oranges and juiced them. And I see your stupid little face, and your face is wrong, and you were wrong, okay? It's delicious. And I don't even have to feel that bad about it because we got the sugar-free Sprite, so...
Wait, so what's in it?
Okay, so let me tell you the wonderfulness of a homemade crush, Ben. Obviously, you have crush ice.
Right.
First and foremost. And then you need an orange vodka. The best one is Waterman's orange vodka, because they are the makers of orange vodka for Virginia Beach, which is famously where the Orange Crush comes from, Virginia Beach. So Waterman's kind of owns the Orange Crush. So you have that. Then you need we do orange Contral. You could do triple sec or Contral, whatever floats your boat. And then you need some kind of lemon lime bubbly beverage.
It's like a Sprite.
A Sprite is the go-to. I think some of the healthier girls will do a sparkling water. We did sugar-free Sprite because sugar-free Sprite is actually
I like Sprite Zero. I
pretty
like Sprite Zero.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. And then of course, to make it an orange crush, you need freshly juiced orange juice. Freshly squeezed orange juice, or it's not a crush. You need crushed ice and freshly squeezed orange juice, or it's not a
Can
crush.
you do other flavors? Because I don't vibe with that orange.
Well, then it's not like an orange crush, but like a lime crush,
I'm looking for strawberry or watermelon.
Probably watermelon. I mean, you've had the watermelon one. Granted, I don't think you have to juice a watermelon. I'm pretty sure you can just like beat it up and you will get the juice of the watermelon. But yeah, I have that and a Coke Cherry Zero for my caffeine on the side, which is my new summer drink. I do love her. So Ben, with that,
Ooh.
I have some movie facts for you if you're ready.
Yes, tell me about Pet Sematary. Because I actually didn't do a lot. I was trying to avoid looking too much into it, but I was still very curious about its connection to the Stephen Kingiverse as a whole.
Okay, but yeah.
I was going to ask you now. Are you familiar with the Stephen Kingiverse?
You've told me about it, but mostly in relation to it.
From what I understand, this has absolutely nothing to do with the Stephen Kingiverse.
I think that makes sense for a reason we will come to very shortly.
Interesting. I was surprised there was nothing. I mean, I think there's clear The Shining stuff happening because I think I'm pretty sure that's the name for any time someone can see ghosts in the Stephen Kingiverse. Oh yeah, they got The Shining. Exactly.
Direct quote. So yeah, we'll talk
about this movie.
So this movie came out in 1989. So we got 80s, but basically 90s. And it was filmed in Arcadia National Park, Maine. Of course. I say of course because Stephen King's world takes place. It's like the Northeast, but like Maine.
The Stephen Kingiverse is like all Maine. Most I think I was trying to find connections is that I think they say something related to Cujo. About how there's just like a dog went crazy in a nearby town.
I think there's like a picture or a poster of him somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the most they might do.
Yeah. Also, the set of this movie was like incredibly close to Stephen King's house. Like incredibly close. Like he's just showing up because it's so
He said, I want a short commute, and I respect him for that.
Me too, man. So our director for this movie was Mary Lambert, who also directed Halloween Town 2.
That's the best one.
Oh my God, look at that. Pet Sematary 2, and many, many, many music videos, including Madonna's Like a Prayer.
Really? What the heck? Oh,
yes,
she said
many music videos.
She said variety. I can do it all.
Dude, it was like Madonna. I think there was a couple rappers, some rock. Mariah Carey was in there.
That's so surprising.
Miranda's doing it all. Mary. I combined her first name and last name and called her Miranda. It's Mary Lambert.
Miranda.
So, yes, that's Mary Lambert. And the writer, famously, Stephen King. If for some reason you don't know who Stephen King is while you're listening to this, that's okay. I say this begrudgingly, but he's kind of like the king of horror.
I wouldn't call him the king of horror. I think he's got, I don't even know. I'm willing to bet that if you look into his stuff, it's all very derivative, maybe. But
we'll come to my opinions about him later, but he's technically, I guess he's a powerhouse of horror.
I would agree with that. I think he might be more of a quantity over quality kind of person.
Yeah, he's not my favorite, but for reference, some of his books, screenplays, both include Carrie, It, Cujo, Salem's Lot, In the Tall Grass, Hard Pivot, Life of
Did
Chuck.
he make In the Tall Grass?
Yes.
I thought it was his son.
IMDb said it was him. Maybe he wrote it and then Into Tall Grass, like, screenplay was his son?
Maybe.
Like, he wrote the book or something? Because Stephen King is, like, first and foremost a writer, like a novelist.
They work together. Him and his son work together on it. That's what it was.
Okay. Life of Chuck, which is the most random
I've
one
even
to
heard of
me.
that one.
The Monkey, The Mist, and so much more. Much more. And this movie stars Dale Midkiff as Lewis Creed, Fred Gwynn as Jude Crandall, who was in My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, I was like, the whole time, I'm like, I know this guy. What do I know him from?
He was the judge.
That makes was he in other things? He must have, right?
Yes, he was in Fatal Attraction and The Munsters as Herman Munster.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So he's that guy. We also have Denise Crosby as Rachel Creed, Blaze Berdal as Ellie Creed, and Brad Greenquist as Victor Pascal, who was in Annabelle Creation.
Okay, we're not gonna give any credit to Gage. Who played Gage? I don't know.
I had him in there, and then I took him out because he's so little. He was. I mean,
he's so little, but
I don't know. It's like Mika something. Mika. Anyways, I was gonna put him in. I had him in, Ben, and then I took him out before I watched the ending of the movie. Okay. And then I was like, oh.
Did you not know about this movie before you watched it?
No, I actually knew very little about this movie. I knew the cat.
That's surprising.
I knew the cat.
It's Miko Hughes is Gage. But I'm confused because I was under the impression that Ellie was played by twins, but I'm not seeing that. Interesting. I guess I was mistaken.
I'm skipping ahead. Okay, depression section of the pod, Ben. So this movie in 1989 had a budget of $11.5 million.
Okay.
Which adjusted today is 30.88. 11 to 30.
My brain's just gonna shut that off. There's been
That's
almost
so
40
fair.
years, you know?
So I will say the finding information about the box office success of this movie was like a little bit complicated. They were kind of presenting the gross, and they wouldn't really break down how much it made internationally, like anywhere. But it did have some form of international. So we're doing a little bit different this week. The gross box office income for this movie was $57.47 million, which today is $147.9 million. And then on the opening weekend alone, it made $12 million, which is $32.23 million today.
Okay, so I guess they broke even on that first weekend, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty good, especially like 1989. And I have a few fun facts for you, Ben.
Please tell me.
I do want to say, first and foremost, we'll talk about this in the trigger warning in a second, but no cats were harmed in the making of this movie.
That's good.
They used 9 different cats. Each one was trained to do something else.
I will say the cat looked wildly different in between different shots. They did not do a good job casting a lookalike cat.
One was like a screamer.
And the screamer is the one.
Was a runner.
Screamer looked wildly different than the rest of them. Because that face, that cat was like a wide-faced, little chunky cat. And it was like, oh, it's friendly. I'm like, that's not the same cat. That's a skinny cat.
Yeah, they had a friendly cat. They had 9 different ones. And the hardest thing to get any of the cats to do was for the one cat to actually eat the pork chop at the
Why
end.
did they use a pork chop? Why did they use?
I don't know. Give it chicken.
Or just like,
Give it a
I was like,
fish.
there's gotta be better things to do. It's his cat.
So I just
It's
thought that
his
was
cat. It would make sense for them to have cat food on them.
That's not as enticing as like a raw
I'm just
meat,
like,
I
it's
guess.
their cat.
But that's the weirdest raw meat for the cat.
You could have easily
I
been
feel like any other raw
I've got
makes more
cats. You can
sense.
give out any cat food, they'll eat it.
Give it cheese. It'll probably like that.
You did not need. It wasn't even like he did anything to it. It was just the pork chop.
Yeah. So then my contacts are spinning. Another fun fact that I featured because of our discussion from 40 Acres. The original screenplay featured a windy boy
Wendigo.
that was included in the novel, but was ultimately cut. However, it is referenced twice. First, when Lewis is walking through the woods at night and hears something. I gotta be so frugal with you, I didn't catch that one. And second, when Judd takes Lewis to the Indian burial ground, because of course we have one of those.
Course.
And there is a crash followed by a howl, and Judd says it's just a loon. It wasn't a loon. It was a windy boy.
That's so because out of nowhere.
I am interested. Yeah. After we go through everything, we should have a moment where we're like, how do we think this fits? Could we read the book? Yes. Are we going to? Probably not. No. And my last fact for you, Ben, is that this is the first screenplay Stephen King adapted from. Wait. This is the first screenplay that Stephen King adapted from one of his novels. Oh my God, I just had a stroke.
What about The Shining?
Did this not come out before The Shining?
I assumed it did, but maybe. Yeah, Shining's 1980. So.
Maybe he wrote the screenplay and this just didn't come out until after. Like it wasn't made until after.
Oh, maybe.
Because that could also happen.
Or this is the first screenplay he wrote. I don't know the full details. I don't know.
Lots of conflicting information this week.
I'm confused.
And then we have some trigger warnings for this one. A very small baby child dies violently.
I think famously dies in this movie.
Not to me, I didn't know.
That's crazy.
I didn't know. So we have child death, animal death. Question? Yes.
But
also question mark.
Animal dies.
It does.
In universe.
Also. And suicide. And then
where's the suicide?
A lady hangs herself.
No one. Oh, I forgot about that because I was like,
so what is the point of this?
No one did suicide. I mean, yeah, I did have that thought, but okay.
So did I, but it's still there. And then I unfortunately had to rent this movie off of Apple Plus.
Because despite all of the streaming services I pay for, I then downloaded another one. I downloaded Pluto.
Which seems sketchy, first of all.
I was like, sure, let's do Pluto. It's saying it's got it. Perfect. It's only the Spanish version.
No, I was so glad when you sent that, Ben, because I had it pulled up on my laptop and it kept pulling up all this Spanish stuff and I wasn't letting it play long enough for me to process what was happening. And then I would search Pet Sematary and it came up with every piece of media on that fucking website that had anything to do with an animal.
I kept getting the remake. I was looking at getting the remake, and then I don't know, I was feeling gaslit by Pluto because it was really being like, yep, here's Pet Sematary, here it is. And then you click on it, press play, and it changes the title to the Spanish title. I'm like, you're just messing with me. You're making me look crazy.
I felt gaslit by my Samsung Smart TV because I was searching Pet Sematary, and it's like, watch it on AMC+.
That was the remake. Like the 2019 or 2017 one.
Piss me off. Anyways.
But yeah, so I also had to rent this movie.
And with that, bud, take us to the Pet Sematary.
I'll tell you about Pet Sematary. So
Tell me about
this
it.
was my first time watching it. I was having I'm not gonna lie, I had a good time.
Me too.
Because it opens up, we get this a creepy, lo and behold, a pet cemetery. And
I would have seen that coming.
who would have seen it coming? And it's honestly, I'm gonna say a confusing cemetery for pets. Because it's like they have all the gravestones, but it's made out of like sticks that you find in the woods. I'm like,
Uh,
I'm not burying my pet here. I'm just gonna like bury it somewhere else. I don't know. It just looks so bad. It is not a good resting place. Um, and we open up to a family, and I will say this, because I watched a few minutes of the Spanish version, it does jump off way faster. Because Spanish version starts off, we see the pet cemetery for a second, and they go, now with the family. This one's a long, low
okay.
process.
The freaking beginning credits were so
Spanish, then we're
long.
going to jump right into it. And in the Spanish one, we get introduced immediately to this very, very, very cute family. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a nuclear family. We've got our
Mhm.
dad, whose name was something
Lewis Creed.
Lewis, who's a doctor. His wife is named Rachel, like you. And then he's got a like I think the girl's like 5 years old, a 5-year-old something daughter named Ellie, and then a like 2-year-old son named Gage, and they have a family cat named Church, which is an awesome name for a cat. I ignore the Churchill connection. Immediately Ellie starts fucking around. Like the family's moving into a new house. Ellie's fucking around. She's playing on a swing set, which is right next to a trail. It goes really like really steep. And they're like, "Oh, Ellie, be careful." She ain't careful. She gets hurt immediately. And while she's like crying for help, the parents are rushing over to help her because she's just like she's fine, but she's a kid. We see Gage, little 2-year-old Gage. I think he just like wanders out into the road. And I was sweating because I know how this movie goes. I'm going, wow, we start off here. We starting off.
I didn't.
And we see in the back there's a big truck headed straight towards him. And Gage is a little
Like 18 wheeler.
yes, and Gage is a little baby. He's not processing anything.
Oh.
18 wheeler's not paying attention. And immediately he gets saved, thank God. The neighbor Crandall rescues him and he just like tells the family, yeah, there's a lot of trucks on this road. Why?
Why are they going
Why
so
there's
fast?
so many trucks going so fast? I think in this scene alone, there's 2 trucks that go flying by.
Yes.
And they're all big, massive trucks. I'm like, this is the middle of Maine. It's some weird like back road. It is not a major highway.
Yes.
Where are these trucks
No.
going? Oh, sorry. My notes are so confusing here because I'm also just adding my own little thoughts. And I recognize Crandall immediately from South Park. And so I put down his quote from South Park in here. But so he saves Gage and he's like telling them, oh, down the path there's a pet cemetery. And because pets die from trucks often. Which, yeah, obviously, because there's so many trucks flying by. And I'm immediately thinking, yo, let's put some speed bumps on this road. Let's put some stop signs on this
That's
road.
a great idea.
Let's get an HOA up in here to help solve this problem because there's so many dead pets. It is a whole cemetery full of them.
It's rough.
Something to help fix this. He takes like the family down just like check it out. And yeah, it's just like this like little I wouldn't even say it's a clearing in the woods. It's fully in the woods. There's trees everywhere, brambles, clearly hard to move around. There's so many. Crandall has
And they're in circles. They're in circles, which is
like
weird.
A rule or something.
Yes, it's weird.
Because the closer you are to the center, the older it is. Crandall's like going on. Like we got goldfish out here, so goldfish are getting hit by trucks too. We've got
No one is safe.
you guys, it's seriously a problem. We got a like I can't remember what else, but like his dog is buried there. He went, "Yep, this happens." But his died of old age. His made it past those trucks, and they didn't bring this dog back as much as I thought they would.
Spot.
We kind of like do a lot of cutting around, like jumping around this family. So this is them kind of first moving in. A little bit while later, Lewis is starting a job as like a doctor or a professor at a college,
Doctor.
but it's at a college.
Medical school.
It doesn't, I don't think it really matters. He's a doctor. And so
He be in
they've got
the
money.
room.
They've got a maid who just says like the weirdest shit. I think she said like, "Man, I wish I could marry a young rich doctor like you." Oh man.
Yeah, she's like, I have hot girl tummy problems. I wish
Oh
I could
yeah, my
marry
stomach hurts all the time. I wish I had a doctor help me with that, but I'm not you. And it's like a little passive aggressive. And Rachel's just like,
Oh, she's like, I've actually never been married,
yeah,
so
I've never made it's not gonna happen. And Rachel's just like, okay.
okay.
Missy the maid
Thanks
has
for
a lot of
sharing.
energy. I kind of love her.
She's
You never
pissed.
forget about her.
We don't know
I
why.
love her. Um, so then like the next day, I think they talked about how they're going to spay the cat or neuter the cat, whatever, because that helps it stop
Right.
wandering, and they're worried about Church getting hit by trucks.
You know what else you could do? Make it an
Make an indoor
indoor
cat as
cat.
well. I'm like, okay, if the road's that dangerous,
Indoor
or
cat.
get an HOA, let's get a speed bump built in over here, okay? Jeez.
Why not both?
Um, and so like I guess they're all doing little family things. Ellie's getting ready to go to school. I think she also challenges God at some point. She does because she's like, God can't take my cat. He's my cat, not God's cat.
Yeah.
Ellie's kind of an idol for this. She does it a few times where she challenges God.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we cut to Lewis going to work. But what happens at work? Immediately we jump cut to a man who's been brained by a truck. What the hell is going on in this town? What's going on in this town?
He is missing just like
A
a
quarter
quarter
of
of
his head
his
is
skull.
gone, and then he got hit by a truck.
And he's
What the
alive.
hell?
Also, why were there so
What's
many people around during
not
that?
even that. That's a truck, Cheyenne. It's another truck. It could have been a normal car. It could have been him like falling out of a car. It's a truck.
Yeah. It's a
This
truck.
town has a serious problem and no one's doing anything about it.
Where are the police? Why do they have speed limits?
Like, it is ridiculous. He like gets brought to Lewis, who's just like panicking. Oh my God, we gotta do something, but it's clear he's not gonna make it.
Yeah, he's missing a quarter of his fucking head.
And this is not like an actual hospital. It's a university like hospital. They're not fully equipped for all of this. And so I think like the guy he's dead. Everyone kind of leaves, but he's not dead. He comes back and he says something about how a man's heart is stony or something, and the soil's going to go bad.
I think I wrote
Did you write
it
it down?
down somewhere. I think so.
He said a riddle. He said a riddle to him,
I thought I did.
and then he
that.
knew Lewis's name. So Lewis is like freaked out. Later that night while he's in bed, he's sleeping in his scrubs.
The soil of a man's heart is stonier.
Yes.
Also, he was sleeping in his scrubs, and that also freaks me.
I was like, you didn't change? You got a lot of did you change the different scrubs? I don't know. I thought it was gross that he was sleeping in the scrubs.
Freak.
And in the middle of the night, he starts seeing visions of this dead guy, whose name I write down later. It's Pascal.
Okay.
This college dude who looks like he's 30 something. And he's just like, come with me. We're going to go for a little walk. So they go walking down to the Pet Sematary. And dead guy's being super vague. He's like, don't go beyond. You want to go beyond, but don't go beyond. And he points towards a bramble that starts glowing. He says, like, don't go beyond. So we're like, okay, beyond. Actually, I think he says, don't go where the dead walk. Yeah. So we're like, okay, so beyond that point is like where the dead will come back to life if they're buried. Because I knew that was the plot. I assume you had that idea at least. Yeah. You're so funny. You're so funny.
When we get to the end, I'll tell you
how much you knew.
I'm so excited.
I'm very curious on what you thought this movie was going to be about. So we get this like a long process, and then in the morning, Lewis wakes up. He's got mud on his boots or whatever, his feet. The dream
Ew.
wasn't a dream, so he actually was doing all this.
Oh yeah, his bare ass feet are muddy, so he didn't even have shoes on, and he's in scrubs.
Some time has passed, and now it's Thanksgiving. So it's like before it was like September probably because they were starting school, but now it's November. It's Thanksgiving, and everyone except for Lewis is going to go see the grandparents because he doesn't fuck with the grandparents. I wish we knew more about these grandparents because I'm actually so intrigued by them.
Give me a prequel.
Almost immediately, he gets a call from Crandall who's like, "Hey, bud, I think your cat's dead." And it was really sad
This
when there was like this cat that's like dead and like frozen to the ground because it got hit in the middle of the night, and it was just here. And he's like, Louis is like, "Oh God, my daughter's gonna be so upset when she gets back. I don't know how I'm gonna tell her." And Crandall's like, "We can go do something else. Like she doesn't have to say goodbye to her pet quite yet." And they go to the Beyond. And this part cracked me up. So they go back to the pet cemetery. He's like, "Beyond's right over there." And he points at that bramble. I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna climb over that bramble, like the bramble, and bury it there." No, no, no. They go on like
you silly
they go
boy.
like a mile long hike, but they go like scaling a mountain. They scale a freaking
It just
mountain.
keeps going. It keeps
This is a
going.
freaking different zip code. This is not the pet cemetery at all. I think they're actually two very different things. I don't know why we're calling this being pet cemetery. You're not burying him in the pet cemetery.
They're like literally on top of a mountain.
The pet cemetery
Like
has
they
almost
started at the
nothing to do with anything,
now they're
actually. I, what are we doing here? We're just making stuff up. And of course, where they bury it, it all comes down to like Native American mysticism, which is so stupid and lame. And I know Stephen King loves to do that shit.
Oh,
Actually,
I mean, Old Hort
I actually
is
meant
an
to look
Indian
that up to
burial
see if
ground.
this is. I know he uses that in a few other things. I was curious if this is the tribe he's used in other stuff, but I didn't look into it.
Which one was it? Micmac? Is that what he said?
I cannot remember. I mean, it was just like rolled my eyes every time they were doing the Native American stuff. I'm like, shut up. This is bad.
Oh, and it's set up like a crop circle, but stones.
Oh, and he's like, you can't tell anyone about this place. It's super secret. And then he says the line about like the man's heart is stonier, and Luz is like freaking out. He's like, oh my God.
I did the thing.
I don't know what I did here. I don't know what was happening here, but I wrote down, dude, Gage is adorable. Because Gage is adorable.
Is this the kite flying?
No, because that comes
yet?
much later, Chey, and that's a very special scene.
Oh, is it when he calls? He's talking to his daughter, and Gage goes, "I love you,
Yes,
Daddy."
that's probably 100% what it was, because I love Gage. I was like, Gage, you're adorable. I would die for you.
Really cute.
Because Ellie at this point is like kind of referencing The Shining, where she goes, "Dad, I think my cat's dead. I can feel it. Like something's wrong."
Oh, okay.
Because that's, I think, a Shining things where you just kind of get a sense of the universe.
Oh. Honestly, didn't clock. Like I knew from looking at research that this was referencing The Shining, like the movie The Shining.
The Shining as a concept is something I think Stephen King uses a lot.
Oh, see, I didn't know.
And that's like kind of like what he and his son, like, I think Doctor Shining. No, Doctor Sleep.
Oh yeah.
I think that one's all about The Shining. I've not seen it either. I'm pretty sure that Gerald's game, the main character has The Shining. I could be.
That's a Stephen King?
Yes, I could be wrong, but like most of his projects includes a character who has access to The Shining, which I'm sure plays into the Stephen Kingiverse of it all.
Really?
And so he's like on the phone, and he's like, "No, your cat's not dead." And then Church does come back, but a little nastier, a little meaner, a little hissing and scratching, like a big old scratch
Yeah,
on Lewis's face.
instead of the sweet cat, we have the hissy and the mean
This is
one.
the hissy cat, and this one
They've clocked it.
one is fat and way different looking than the cat we've seen before. So I'm thinking maybe Church isn't back, but and Crandall tells him
Maybe this is
he's
Stable,
like
not Church.
Crandall reveals he goes, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happens. We brought your cat back to life, but it's gonna be a little nastier now. My dog was the same way because he got hit by a car or something. His dog died, and he brought it. Actually, no, it got caught in barbed wire because his
Yeah.
dog came back all bloody and was like way
Mhm.
nastier. And I thought he was gonna say the dog killed his mom, but the dog didn't kill his mom.
No, he
He
just a little
really set
pissed.
it up, that story of like, oh, I wasn't alone like you. When my dog came back, my mom was there, and I was like, oh shoot, it's going to kill his mom. And then his mom just says, get your dog under control. And so they come back as a little bit different. And Church, yeah, way different. It like throws a rat at him and hisses and like goes flying at his
He's bringing
face.
him a
That cat
present.
goes flying at his face. It is like crazy how nasty this cat is. To the point, I'm like, this is actually way worse than the cat being dead. Because now I'm concerned that this cat's going to scratch up my 5-year-old daughter.
I'd be worried that how my 5-year-old daughter is going to like emotionally process her cat loving her, and then suddenly
All of a sudden, it's like attacking and claw. I'm like, you guys, I think we should just tell her, like, hey, this girl needs to learn about death. But they actually make it a point not to teach her about death, which I guess comes back. So it maybe makes a little sense. Um, oh, Missy, at this point, we just cut to Missy, who just kills herself. Which out of nowhere, like I think
it's not funny.
it's not funny.
It's just so random.
There was like one other scene of them being like, "Hey, I can help you with your stomach pain." She went, "No, I'll make do. I'll make do."
It'll go away.
The
I don't
family's
I do
back,
not know
everyone's
why.
happy, and then we cut to Missy making her suicide note and hanging herself. So why? The whole family's sad because their maid just died, but like I think they only have this to have Missy being like, "Oh my God, I'm so sad about death. Like, what is death? Because I don't even understand it. Is she just gone?" And like Lewis is like, "Oh, some people think you're gone. Some people think you go to heaven. Some people think, I don't even know all the different things he said." But he says like, "I think people continue on." And mom has like feelings about this, but actually seems kind of like sweetened by it. And
Yeah, Dad did a decent
he did a
job.
pretty good job explaining death to her. This girl was a little too old to be learning about death. They probably should have done that a little sooner.
Yeah.
At least give her
Get a
some
gold.
kind of concepts.
Yeah. Put on a Disney movie. They got it.
Show like, dude, Lion King's gonna mess her up. This is pre-Lion King. That's why they didn't have Lion King to teach
They
it.
didn't know how.
Oh my God.
It's not even their fault.
Oh, but then the mom was like talks about her trauma with death, and she's like, "Yeah, I have really complicated feelings towards death because you remember my sister." He goes, "Yeah, the one who died from a thing." And she went, "Yeah, it was like some kind of spine bone disease, I think."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yes, yeah,
Like spinal atrophy or
we had to
something.
lock her away in the back room, and every day I wanted her to die, and I feel so bad about it, but it's how I felt, and we couldn't ever talk about it." And I don't know, it just seems so weird. I'm so intrigued by her family and how like
Yeah.
she was forced to take care of her sister. And like what was her sister like did? Like we see a flashback of her like young mom helping her sister. Her sister like just kind of like scares her a little bit.
She's just kind of existing. I think she's just calling her sister.
She does something that makes the sister run out of the room. And she runs out,
And
and we
it
see
starts
like her
talking.
brothers who are just like these weird looking, like they also seem like they have no thoughts, but they look like angry. I don't know. I was so convinced that this would be a Stephen King connects tie-in. I was like looking at him like, oh, does this family show up again in the Stephen King verse? They don't. Her family's just so odd. And eventually, like, the mom's like, yes, I was wanting her to die. I was there when she died. Where her sister started choking, and the mom was just like, I didn't want to do anything because I kind of wanted her to be dead. Yeah, we're done. I get a sense this is lore. It's not lore. This is not lore.
It's mom's lore.
But, more time passes after they've kind of recovered from Missy's death. Who cares about that? Because that's what this movie's about. And we get to the whole family having a little picnic out in their yard, and I went, oh, this is the scene. Where the dad and Gage are playing with the little kite. It's so cute. It's adorable. Everyone's having there's a plan at the picnic.
Gage hamming it up right now. He's hamming it up.
Gage is really like, I'm gonna be so cute for you right now. I'm going, you're so sweet. Nothing bad's gonna happen to him.
No.
I wrote, he's flying a kite. He's so cute. And I can't remember why, but something like Ellie's like, I want to be able to fly the kite too. There's arguments about who's gonna fly the kite. The mom chimes in and says, I want to fly the kite. Let Ellie go first. For some reason, the dad turns around and talks to the family, and the kite, which they put down, starts kind of drifting away. And then Gage is following that little kite. He's just going towards it. And we see there is a big old truck bulleting towards that road.
So fast.
So fast. And that driver's like eating a sandwich. He's not paying attention. The family notices too late, and like they're running to catch up. This little boy.
Judd is also here.
Judd's also there. I wrote down Crandall. I called him Crandall the whole time. And right as they're about to catch him, this little boy gets splattered. Like, oh my God.
The blood splattering on the camera was diabolical.
My God. I was like, oh.
Diabolical.
That's so insane. I don't think they call a hospital either after this.
I mean, what's the point?
I think he's supposed to call a hospital or something. I think you gotta call somebody.
911 for sure. A good 911.
Oh, because like the family's super sad. We cut to the dad looking at photos of Gage and his like little 2-year-old birthday party. Oh, he was so sweet.
It's really
the mom
cute.
is like fully distraught. I think they start giving her Valium. And at this point, I'm like, she's gonna love Valium. This is a Valium mom.
This is her thing.
This is her thing, because I think she took it a little bit the first time after she revealed her whole trauma. He was like, take a Valium.
We had a trauma Valium.
Take a Valium. And she was like, I don't do that. Ma'am, you're gonna start doing that. Honestly, I see the way they were talking, it sounded like Lewis was drugging her. Where she was not willingly taking that Valium.
I mean, he's a husband doctor in the 80s, so
once again, Ellie is talking about how like God can undo what he did. Why did he take my brother away? She's challenging God again. She's a diva.
She's not fucking
so then it's like we're just kind of like speeding through a lot of this. We're just like the family's super numb, you can tell. They don't know how to handle it. At the funeral, Rachel's parents are there and they start the dad starts screaming at Lewis about how he's like, you let him do this. You let him get hit by this car, you bastard. You killed him. Which is crazy. At his own son's funeral. And not only that, he starts beating the shit out of him. I thought like, oh, maybe if there was like he yelled and then he pushed back and it came to that. No. Lewis was kind of just taking it. He was just like, because he's so upset. He's like, I can't even process it. He does feel guilt. And then the dad just starts wailing on him until like there is a little fight. They fall into the the coffin. And little small Gage's arm comes flying out. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was watching this and I was like,
I was like, wow, we can't do this. This is just a sad. I was like, this is sad. This is a painful movie to watch now.
Yes.
Because what the hell? I would never forgive that man. I would never forgive that man ever.
No. Way to make it about you.
This is actually what I wrote down. This mom is going to love Valium because she's going to need a lot of it.
You know what? We should give her the space to love it a little bit right now. She needs this.
It's insane. It's insane how
Uh,
0
It
to
is
10 they go.
wily.
And at this point, Crandall or Judd, I think, like, comes to Lewis and is like, "Hey, dude, I know you're probably thinking about bringing your son back to life. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Sometimes
Mhm.
dead's better." That's the line from South Park they used a lot.
Oh,
Because they parody this. Because most people know
interesting.
how this movie goes, Cheyenne.
Okay, well, now I'm one of them.
And he tells the stories like there's someone who I grew up with that like who died, and his dad tried bringing him back. It was this dude who died like coming back from the war,
War.
probably
World War II.
World War II. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Not hit by a truck.
not by a truck.
He was not hit by a truck. just want to point that out.
Wait, how did he die? He didn't die in the war.
I don't. Did he get hit by a
Cheyenne,
truck?
I'm gonna need you to cut this out because I need to look up how this guy died.
Why would I cut this out? I'll
I
speed
need
it
to
up.
know
I'm not
how
gonna
this guy died.
Because what if you find out he got hit by a truck and then we have to leave
How
there?
did past guy die? Oh, no,
First
he did
zombie
die
man.
from the war. I thought they said he didn't die from the war. Like he was like on his way back.
No, he died on the way home.
I just looked it up and they said he.
Why?
Oh, Timmy's
right? Why is there so much contradictory information around Stephen King and also this movie? I have questions. Big Stephen King is lying to us. Death to all of them.
He dies in the war.
That's not right. That is not what they said. He was on the way
I could have
home.
sworn they said he was on his way home, but everything's telling me
They
he died in the war. Regardless, this guy died.
Mandela
So
effect.
yeah, it is. One of Judd's like neighbors was killed during the Vietnam War, World War II, one of those. And
Allegedly.
his dad was grief stricken, brought him back, but he came back just like a little bit different, much like the cat. And he's like a zombie, really. He looks like a zombie. He's just kind of like yelling and like I think they said he like attacked people a lot.
He was eating a leg.
Oh, when did he eat a leg?
You know, when they showed him like crawling around outside the house at night and then he like pulls something. It was
I
leg.
didn't see
He
a
was
leg.
munching. He
But
was munching crunching.
I think he did something to like a woman or at some point, and the whole town was like, "We got to put a stop to this." So Judd and all of his like friends straight up burned that entire house down with the dad still in it. And they do nothing to try to get the dad out. They just like go in, they say, "Hey, you might want to leave." Like y'all aren't going to, and it's clearly a grief-stricken father. Pull him out or something. I get you got burned the body. But so that's like they get rid of the body this way, they kill him. Back in the present, Lewis does not seem like he's swayed by this argument. He still's like wanting to do it. And I think that they're about to like they're decided to move because it's too much. Gage died here. Ellie and the mom are gonna go ahead and they're gonna stay with the parents. Why the fuck would you go with them? I would never talk to my parents again if they attacked my partner.
Their track record is not
funeral.
good.
Like she's got trauma with them. Like I'm like they're not good people.
No. Go to a hotel, babe.
I think it's insane that they decide to go back there, but they do. Which Lewis is like, okay, here's my chance. I'm gonna bring my son back to life, and if he doesn't come back right, then that's fine. They'll never know. But if he does come back, then it's like, awesome, my son's back to life, which is so ridiculous.
Thought process.
And now
It's a thought process.
we're getting a lot of like back and forth of like him kind of going through his plan. I'm confused with the timeline here, so it might be a little bit confusing how I'm gonna say it. In I think Chicago, wherever the mom's at, Ellie has been talking to Pascal, who's warning her that her dad's about to do something bad because she's got the shining. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Like, she's like freaking out because she doesn't really have his name right. I think she calls him like, I don't remember what she calls him. But the mom,
Pascal.
yes. Somehow the mom's like, you sound ridiculous, whatever. But then she kind of remembers the name. She's like, wait, Pascal was the name of that dude who got hit by the truck. I don't know why she knew that.
That's a violation of HIPAA.
I mean, they don't care about nothing in this town.
Yeah, he got hit by a truck, so everybody had to know.
And so she's like, I think then she gets a little bit of the shining where she's able to hear Pascal kind of like Pascal is saying things to her, but she's not hearing it, but she's processing what she's saying. And
Right.
that's kind of like seems like the vibe. And so she's like, I have to go back to my husband. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed her parents' art. Did you see her parents' art?
The fucking painting in the
All of
background.
them. All of the paintings are like weird. They're like,
oh,
they're all like
I
weird
only clocked
Victorian looking children.
I only clocked the one portrait that was like really
She was
prominent.
like walking down the hallway. I'm like, there's so many ugly paintings here, which are creepy as hell. I want to know more about the parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so she's like, you guys gotta watch Ellie. I'm going back to Maine or wherever they were at
Yeah.
because I got like something's going on with my husband.
Mhm.
And honestly, I get why he wants to bring Gage back because Gage was adorable. I do actually support this. Even if he comes back wrong, I'm like, bring him back. He was an adorable little 2-year-old child. What's a 2-year-old zombie gonna do but be cute? I guess we do find out what he does. And it's more than be
Yeah.
cute.
It is.
So we see
It
him,
is.
he's trying to dig up the grave, come back to Rachel. She's at the airport trying to get a plane. And they're like, oh, we don't have any openings. Pascal is then be like, what about this thing? Because he knows about airport.
He does everything.
I'm so confused. This college student was so spiritual. I wonder if in the book
He knows
he
about
got hit by a truck
airports.
when he was trying to go warn them about something. Like I'm willing to bet he's a character of The Shining who might not even
Oh.
be a college student. Like he may have been there to go.
Just like a
Yes,
guy.
because they do also suggest that the grounds are evil and kind of manipulating what's going on.
Yes.
Because I can't remember who tells him this. I don't know who mentions this, but someone tells Rachel, like, oh, it's an evil burial ground. No, Crandall does. Crandall does. Crandall's like, oh, that place is evil. It's like they don't use it anymore because the ground went sour and like it's evil in that land. And he's like, says he feels guilty because he thinks that because Lewis knew about the power of the land killed his son so that he'd want to bring his son back to life. So they definitely suggest that like the burial ground has been manipulating things. So I'm willing to bet Pascal was killed by whatever evil forces behind the burial ground.
Okay. So it would make sense if he was hit by a truck.
It would make sense. So to the point,
Pascal was hit by a truck.
are the trucks evil?
That's actually
because
what this movie is
honestly, it
about.
sounds like the trucks are evil.
It does.
Lewis gets his son, like he digs him back up, takes him back up to bury him, and he does bury him. Like you could go and describe the whole process, but it's so long. Rachel
he doesn't hike.
gets like a rental car, and while she's driving, the land's acting up, and I assume it's the land causes her tires to go flat. So they all just like pop immediately, and she crashes. See, and this right now. Oh, I read it was evil burial ground saying that that's what popped her tires. But Gage, we see, comes crawling back out of the earth. He is a zombie. Lewis, he went back home. He's like sleeping, waiting for his son to come back. And Rachel's coming to get to the house as soon as she can. Zombie Gage goes into his dad's stuff while his dad's sleeping and takes out a scalpel immediately. And he starts.
What do you have?
A knife. no.
No.
And he's just giggling. He's having a good time. He's like, I'm silly,
He is
goofy.
so
I've got a
happy.
scalpel. And he goes to Crandall's
So cute,
house.
though.
Crandall is done for. Like, you know, okay, Gage is gonna kill this guy. And he knows he's like, Gage, is that you? Are you giggling around my house? He goes, I brought you something, and then Crandall pulls out a big old knife. Like it's
He said, I brought you some too,
I'm like, that's
bitch.
kind of badass. That's kind of so cool. He's like, cool. But he goes upstairs, he's looking for Gage, and he kind of figures out he's under the bed while he's about to investigate the cat's back. Church distracts Crandall. And I hated this. The only part that made it good was it was clearly a puppet hand controlling the scalpel. Because very fast, Gage's hand comes out, slices Crandall's Achilles tendon, and it like saws through it. I hated that. And while he's like freaking out, he then takes the scalpel and like slashes his like jaw, so his mouth's like hanging open. And then he gets to work eating his jaw. Oh my god, Gage.
He's misconditioning it.
And I hate always referencing my notes, but I want you to know, I wrote, oh my god, I hated that. Not the Achilles tendon. Jesus, Gage. What the fuck? No. He's not cute anymore.
No. He's kind of like not cool.
I don't know.
He's a nasty little kid.
For some reason, Rachel goes to Judd's house. I don't know why she went to Judd's house.
Oh, because he called. Gage called and he said, Mommy, I'm at Judd's house. And first I played with Judd.
No. He calls Lewis and does that. I don't know why. I think because I know earlier Mom called asking about. I don't know. She knows to go to Judd's house for some reason. And she goes up there, you know, Gage is being all creepy. And she finds him and she feels like kind of relieved that he's there. Because also Gage at this point, he's back to being cute. He's rocking a little top hat. He's got the fit. He's like,
so fucking random, though.
Hi, mommy. Give me a little hug. And you go, oh my god, that'd work on me. He'd get me.
They showed him in that outfit, and I was like, what the hell?
He looks so dapper. And of course, Rachel goes up to him. And we don't see what happens, but we hear a stabbing sound followed by her scream. So we assume, okay, she's dead.
She's cooked.
Back at Lewis's house, he finally wakes up. He sees that the scalpel's been taken, and he's getting a call from Ellie, or from the grandparents, who are like saying, hey, Ellie's freaking out. She had a dream that her mom's dead. Did she get there all right? Like, is she there? And I think Lewis is immediately like, oh no. But he says something like, yeah, she's here. Don't worry about it.
Oh, good.
They have to talk, but he just kind of just hangs up. And then we get a call from Gage, who's at that point being so scary. I'm like, I'm at Judd's. I played with Judd, and I played with Mommy, and I don't play with you. And you go, no thanks. So sad, so creepy. And I think at this point, Lewis is like, okay, I gotta lock in. I gotta get rid of my son because he's clearly just a killer. He didn't come back right. And he also decides to kill the cat. Which, like, yes, valid. I get why you had to do it. And this is where we get the pork chop, where I guess the cat was really struggling to go eat it.
You didn't want it.
I don't know why we did the pork chop, because all it does is, like, distract the cat for barely a second. Because he puts the pork chop out, and then he just rushes it and holds the cat down while it injects it with some kind of medicine to kill it.
One thing I read about this scene, and I don't like
no,
this.
Don't tell me. I mean, tell me, because I'm curious, but no.
So they did actually sedate the cat.
Why?
But they had a member of the Humane Society, I think, on set monitoring everything.
Okay. So he's not the one who actually sedated the cat, right? Like, that didn't happen.
I don't know who sedated the cat. The cat was, like, legitimately sedated at some point.
I think that makes a little sense, because they have to. But, like, so I don't feel too bad. Maybe the cat needed surgery and they just gave it surgery right after.
on set.
Maybe they're like, okay, cool. Now it's today. We can look at the cat surgery.
There's a doctor there, so
So like, it makes me sad, but like, I get why we did it.
yeah.
And he goes into Judd's house, and I don't understand what's happened. This place is like rotting away. Like the chairs are
Yeah.
like sinking into the earth. There's plants everywhere.
It's kind of mossy.
Yeah, there's moss everywhere. It's so the stuff rotting into the ground was the most confusing part to me. But I guess that's just
Sure.
the evil.
It's just the vibes.
Oh, sorry. He is like looking around. I think he sees like the mom's shoe, so he's like, "Oh no, Rachel's here." Looking for Gage, he finds Crandall's body with the jaw just gone. Because Gage had a little snack. We don't see the mom's body though. But as he's like backing out of this room, from above, the attic door opens and the mom's like body drops down. She's been hanged. And we don't see her though, but we see her body, and we look up and we see Gage, not looking like Gage because this is a little plastic doll.
Yeah.
Which also made I was like, wow, this is taking me out of it. That we see a little plastic doll, but I'm glad it's taking me out of it because I don't like Gage. Gage is actually really scary to me. I love Gage, but not this Gage.
Yeah, Demon Gage isn't
And they
great.
football toss this doll down the
Yeah.
attic door at the dad. And the dad's fighting with this doll, which is so funny, but he's like getting
For
slashed
his
up.
life.
I think I could
Yeah.
fight an evil 2-year-old personally. I think I could do it.
Definitely a doll.
Until eventually like he throws Gage like across the room. And Gage just stands up and just like it's like looking all cute, but like still a little evil, like snarling at him with his little scalpel, and he starts just walking slowly up until the dad's just like, "Oh, come here, come on, buddy," takes the syringe and just like waves the kid on and puts it in the kid's neck. And then Gage just goes, "Not fair, not fair, bitch! You walked into it. He literally like, showed you what he was doing."
Well, he is only 2.
No, he's possessed by evil now. Are you kidding me? This is not a 2-year-old thought process.
But he's 2.
And so that point, then like Lewis, okay, the kid's dead. Lewis is like, I gotta burn it all down. We soak the place in gasoline, set it on fire. He carries Rachel's body out, and Lewis is so funny. Lewis is so funny because he's like, who even tells? I think Pascal shows back up again. And he's like, "Hey, so what are you doing?
Hey,
What are you
dog.
doing, bud?" And he's like, "It didn't work because Gage was dead for too long, but she's more recent, so it's gonna work this time." So, but Louis, you're so
Bro.
funny. Louis is so funny.
He's
He
so
is like the CEO of never learning a lesson. I'm like, this is great. So of course he buries the mom's body. And Rachel comes back, and this is what we get to see. Like, okay, how she died was she got stabbed in the eye because her whole eye is gone, and there's juices pouring out of it. And she's like, "Oh, my dear husband," and he goes, "Oh, Rachel, you're back. Thank God." They go and like embrace. She's got a fucking knife, my guy. Like,
they're first of all, they're violently making out
her eye juices are pouring onto his face, into his mouth. I'm gonna.
into his mouth.
Bleh. And it cuts to black. Ellie is now an orphan.
She's now forced to live her mother's trauma as the new adopted daughter.
Oh my God, yes. So now she's lived the trauma of her whole family dying, but also now she's stuck with the same parents with those creepy art who are also like a horribly abusive, it seems like. And that's the end of the movie. Was
And that's the Pet Sematary, guys.
That's stupid.
Wow, what a Yep.
I had such a good time with that part.
Alrighty, club. Alrighty, club. That is it for part 1. Come back on Sunday for part 2, where we will get into the analysis. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in a couple days. Bye.